Girls, happy new year. Oh my God, it's been a whole year since we started the podcast. I can't bloody believe it. Thank you so much for being here 1 year later. Like, I don't pause to say thank you enough, and it's because I'm always fucking go to my own detriment. So thank you so fucking much for being here. Like, I cannot tell you how much it means to me. Genuinely means the world to me. So thank you. This year, I'm sitting down with you guys and I am your big sis. I am your guide. I am your mentor. And I'm here to really fucking help you. Ooh, got a little frog in my throat there. I'm here to really fucking help you get through this year and become the best versions of yourselves, because we're so past the point of thinking that you have to lose weight to be happy. We're so fucking past it now. So let's really work on the inner stuff. Like, we've talked about a lot of it this year already, or last year already. So this year, I really want to sit down and guide you through everything, each step of the way, every single week. All right. I hope you enjoy the episode. It's wild to me when I think back to being like 15, 16, even 20 years old, and the way that I felt about myself and I felt about my body compared to now at the age of 27 is fucking nuts. Firstly, because I never thought I'd get to the stage that I am today. I never thought that I would be this confident and feel so secure and so worthy and just feel so much respect for the body that I have, regardless of what it looks like. And secondly, I can now not believe how much I despise my own body when I look back. Like, how much I hated and hurt myself mentally and physically over my body when I was younger is honestly wild. And if I think about it a little bit too much, it will just make me really sad. So let's not go into the little bit too much section of this. Let's not get sad. Let's talk about what I've learned over the last couple of years and what's really changed for me and has been what I guess has enabled me to like fall in love with my body and fall in love with myself in the process. And over the next few months, I'm going to sit down and I'm really just going to sit back and chat to you guys about the serious shit that I've changed over the last couple of years that has genuinely made me happier, about the stuff that I've gone through, the ups and downs, the struggles, the hardships, but more importantly, the stuff that I did differently to help me get into a happier place and better place where I am now. And I really hope that just by the end of these next few episodes that you can start feeling a little bit happier and healthier in your mind and how you think about yourself, and really just get to understand yourself and learn about yourself a little bit better. And if you're new here, every second week I do dilemmas episodes with my boyfriend Henry. It's so good to get a man's perspective, but it's even better when we sit down and go through your dilemmas, real life issues, real life situations that you're dealing with, and we answer them and help you figure them out. So let's get into today's episode. We are talking confidence. Over the last 3 years, I'd say, I have really built my confidence up. And there have been little things I've done, and I can't categorize it and be like I did A, B, and C, and that made me a confident person. It doesn't work like that. But there are things that I have done that have definitely helped. And I just want to go through all of it, all of the changes, all the differences, everything that's happened. And I really just hope by the end of it that, you can apply it to your life and feel a little bit happier about yourself and really start to work on that confidence from within. So first off, I think it's really important to highlight that your confidence truly when it comes to it, when your real confidence that you have within your heart, within your soul, like within your body, does not come from anything to do with how you look. Yes, you'll have days where you're like, fuck, this t-shirt looks so good. Like, everything's sitting really well. My hair's looking good. Makeup's snatched. Like, everything is looking good. I'm feeling good. And it's going to make you feel a little bit more confident. Yes. But what I'm talking about is kind of like the level underneath that, which is the inner confidence. Because for me, that's exactly where it started. When I started working on my mental, my psychological, and my physical, I really started to work on my inner confidence. And your inner confidence and your outer confidence are two very different things. Firstly, your inner confidence is basically the confidence that you have in you in a real life situation to be like, no, I'm sorry, I don't want to do that. That's a form of boundary setting. That stems from having a bit of confidence. When you can turn around and say no as a full sentence, that is your inner confidence. When a friend isn't treating you very well and you decide, okay, instead of ignoring them and just brushing it over, I'm going to confront them about it and we're going to talk about it. That is confidence. That is you stepping up and being like, do you know what? I value this friendship. This conversation might be scary, but I'm going to use my inner confidence to push me, and I'm going to have a really difficult conversation with someone that I care about. That is inner confidence. Another example of inner confidence is understanding that at the end of the day, despite whether you're bloated, looking frumpy, like just feeling all these negative ways about your body, your physical body, you can get into bed at night and be like, I still love and respect my body. She's great. She does everything for me. She literally carries you through the day to day. You still love and respect her. That is inner confidence. Now, outer confidence is much more, in my opinion, this is the way I categorize it, by the way. This is not like the worldwide terminology or whatever. This is just how I personally categorize it. My outer confidence is when I'm feeling a little bit nervous, but I can walk into a room and be like, hello everybody, it's so good to see you, blah, blah, blah. That's outer confidence, because I don't feel like that's inner confidence. That's not really coming from within. That's more of an outer confidence that I'm projecting out there. That's being a little bit louder, and it's kind of like overcompensating for the fact that I'm nervous, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's quite common that people do it. It's almost a form of masking, which we'll get into on another day. But I guess it's just the way that, you carry yourself sometimes. Another example of outer confidence is waking up in the morning, feeling absolutely rubbish and just going into the bathroom and putting a little bit of makeup on, I'm putting on some lipstick. I'm wearing mascara today. I might put a little bit of concealer over that pimple. And I'm just going to leave that bathroom feeling a little bit better about myself. There's nothing fucking wrong with it. There is nothing wrong with wearing a little bit of makeup and doing something that's going to make you feel that even 1% happier and better about yourself that day. But for me, I consider that outer confidence. So when it came to looking at my inner confidence, I never sat down the way that we're sitting down today and said, okay, I'm going to work on my inner and outer confidence. That was never a conversation. And to be honest, it was never my intention. And so I feel like it's really important to explain this from start to finish, because you may go away today and be like, I really want to start working on my inner confidence or my outer confidence. That's amazing. Like, that's why I'm here. I would love for you to do that. But how you expect to work on it is probably going to be different to how you actually end up working on it. So you might put your first foot forward and be like, okay, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do these three steps every single day, and it's going to help. When in reality, they may not help at all. But what might help is the commitment that you now have towards looking after yourself and doing these things for yourself. That is the commitment in itself. And it's that act of showing up for yourself every single day. That's where it's actually going to help. That's where the change is going to happen. And that's where you're going to learn and gain that self-respect, that self-worth, and be like, do you know what? My time is valuable. I put my time for myself into good use. I do good things with my time. I am committing to doing something to help better my life, even though it's hard. It's much harder than laying on the sofa and just pretending and ignoring that I don't have these issues, all these insecurities. And so, yes, I really want you to do 1, 2, 3 every single week to help your confidence. But I want you to understand that it's the commitment and it's the want and the desire to be better that makes you better, rather than the actual task that you're doing in yourself. I feel like my hand is literally going to punch you in the face in a sec. So I'm just going to put it back here. So how I got started with very long story short, it was that year that I always refer back to, 2019, when I was like, right, I really want to lose weight. That was my goal. I want to lose weight. And I thought I would be more confident when I had lost the weight. But what actually happened was that I gained a lot of fucking confidence and a lot of self-respect. And I really started to value myself and my time and my energy and my efforts. And even just my environment, the people that I spent my time around, the people that I dedicated energy to, I really, really, really started to value that, because it was through the process of losing weight that I was committing and dedicating myself to a gym schedule. I was committing and reorganizing, I guess, my social life a little bit to commit to those goals. And it was really just sitting down on a daily basis, writing my to-do list, having my daily goals and hitting them, that I realized, hold on, yes, I have now lost the weight, but it's not the fact that I look like this that's making me feel confident. It's the fact that I now know if I want to do anything in this world, I can absolutely fucking do it. My self-belief was through the roof, because I had gone from a situation where day in, week in, year in, I was every single time I want to lose weight. I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to start in the new year. I'm going to start this time. And never doing it. But I look back and I'm like, hold on, you never had the means to do it. You didn't have the right mindset for starters, which is 90% of it. And the second, like the other 10%, those percentages are really off. But the 10%, the other percentage was the actual like tools. I didn't understand what to do at the gym. I didn't understand what it meant to actually eat in a calorie deficit. I didn't actually understand what I needed to do and how I could do it. I just went into things blindly. I was like, I hope that I lose weight by the end of this. A lot of people say they're going to cut out like sugars and fats and things like that. So let's pick on fats, for example. Fats are something that people often cut out or try to reduce because the word fat itself is, for some people, are like, I don't want to be fat, so I'm going to cut out fats. No, absolutely not. First off, absolutely not. Nothing wrong with being fat. Embrace that, own that. It's beautiful. Second off, fats literally store our energy and they protect our vital organs. So please do not cut out fats. We need every food group in our diet to have a balanced diet. Now listen, when I learned how to actually look after myself in terms of watching what I ate, and it wasn't just being super conscious about what I was eating, it was just making sure that my food and my meals were balanced and I was having more protein than I used to, because protein is a really great way to stay fuller for longer. I just changed my relationship with food so much. I think and it's been my own fault, I've led before when I've talked about having an unhealthy relationship with food, but it was never when I was weight loss with Rosie. It was never that era, that time, that it was the unhealthy relationship with food. It was the unhealthy relationship with food when I was at uni, because in the middle of the night, I'd go down into the kitchen and I'd just like basically secretly eat avocado on toast or pasta bake or like whatever was mine in the fridge. I would just eat, and I would eat all night because I'd starve myself all day. And it's just like so stupid when I think back to it. But back in the time, my brain process was, well, if I don't really eat that much today, I need to stop eating so much so that I can lose weight. But all that would happen is I'd binge at night and then I'd feel awful. And it was a cycle that would happen every single fucking day. Now I know myself, and now I know that regardless of whether I'm hungry or not, I need to eat all 3 meals, because if I don't eat all 3 meals, something in my body just goes, what are you doing? Comes the evening and suddenly I need to have 8,000 calories instead of my usual like 1,500 in the evening after my 1,000 in the day. That kind of shit, right? So I learned how to eat properly, and I learned how to have a balanced diet. And it was through committing to that, because it wasn't always the easiest thing to do. Like it took a lot of like dedicated time to meal prepping, meal planning, doing the grocery shop so that I made sure I had that stuff and I wasn't then buying out. And then also dedicating the time to go into the gym, having the gym sessions, doing the ones that I was doing, which to be honest wasn't as hard because I really enjoyed them. I really loved them. I was doing classes, and I might start doing classes again because I'm in a weird like middle ground with the gym where I'm like not finding it super motivating when I'm going on my own. Love going with a friend, but now I've moved here, I don't have a friend to go with. Anyways, so I really struggled with all of that bullshit before. Now I know and understand the food and the exercise side of things. And it was that year in 2019 when I was really understanding and learning about that stuff. And when I was, as I've said like 1,000 times already, dedicating the time, the energy, and I gained so much self-respect because I was like, hold on, Rosie, like you're working really fucking hard and you're achieving what you set yourself out to achieve. And I don't mean end goal versus like beginning goal. I mean, my goals on a Monday were, okay, do this amount of gym sessions between now and Friday, and then at the weekend go do a weight session and go for a walk on a Sunday. And I was like doing it. I was sticking to it. I was committing, because that in turn was a promise that I was setting myself. And you know that episode that I did with Isabella Mayer talking about keeping promises to yourself? I really fucking recommend listening to that episode, because this is kind of like that, it is kind of like the circle of everything. Like the keeping promises to yourself is basically the blanket around everything else, because you can set these goals, you can do these things, you can talk about setting boundaries and, you know, developing your outer and your inner confidence and doing all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. But when it comes to it, if you are not keeping the promises that you make to yourself in the process, then this is never going to work out. You're never going to succeed in what you want to succeed in. You're never going to become who you want to become, because you're literally breaking those promises with yourself. And I'm there right now. I'm coming off the back of a year where I've broken a lot of promises to myself this year. Like I've done a lot and I've been to a lot of places, and I have done some great things, and I've really learned how to set boundaries with friendships, which is something that you guys know I have always struggled with. And I've really learned how to take a step back and just like understand myself a little bit better in a situation and then approach it instead of just going in like all guns blazing. Anyways, I've done some great stuff, but equally I have broken so many fucking promises to myself. And yes, it's natural, it's going to happen. You're not going to keep 100% of the promises that you make, but fuck me, I would rather keep 75% of the promises that I make than not even try to like keep them. So when it comes to my inner confidence, it really was that dedicated time towards keeping a promise that I was making to myself towards, you know, going to the gym, eating well and things like that. It was that dedicated time and my energy and my commitment to doing that I really started to learn that self-respect, like what I was saying. And when I started to gain that sense of like self-respect, I also had a sense of self-value and self-worth. Like, hold on, I'm doing something with myself. I am capable. I am able. And as Natalie B. Fitness once said, you can do anything. You can literally do anything you want to. Like, you can do it. That's exactly how I felt. And I used to say that to myself so often. I used to be like, I'm so capable. I literally do anything I want to. I just have to do it. And I still say that to myself now, but nowhere near as much as I did that year. And I'm not pining to be that girl because I'm a much different girl now. And I'm like, I love me. Every year I get better. That's what I think. Every single year of my life, I've just gotten better and better because yes, things have been shit, but you learn a lot and you can come out a better and bigger person. So my advice to you, if you really want to work on your inner confidence, not your outer, on your inner, is to look at your life and genuinely sit here like we've been chatting for half an hour. So get your notes out on your phone or get a pen and paper if there's one in front of you, or a laptop, whatever it is, babe. And just write at the top of this page who I want to be. Who? So who do you want to be? Write some traits. You want to be friendly. You want to be funny. You want to be charismatic. You want to be confident. Okay, next line. Keep going down, working your way down the page. If I was a character, what character would I be? And I'm not talking about the character as in who you are now. I'm talking about who you would want to be. And so I said to myself, I'm not a gym girl. I'm not a gym. I'm not an exercise. I'm not an athletic person by any means. This is what I used to say. Like, I'm just not. It's just not me. But I'd like to be. And it took a very long time for me to even admit that to myself. I said, but I'd like to be. I would like to be a gym girl. Okay, what's stopping you? That's what I'm saying to you now. What is stopping you? It doesn't matter if it's gym or fashion girly, whatever it is. What is stopping you? You are stopping you. And yes, there are real life obstacles, but we're going to put them aside because we literally cannot sit here and analyze and assess every single real life obstacle that there is to stop you from achieving your goal. Instead, why don't we sit here and talk about the fact that, yes, there may be some hiccups, there may be some obstacles, there may be some shit in the way, but you can still do it. What is stopping you? You can still fucking do it. You can still be who you want to be. You absolutely can. And this is the stuff that, you know, this is my bread and butter. This is the stuff that gives me goosebumps. I've literally got goosebumps right now talking about this. This is the stuff that gets me so excited because this is the change in mindset that I had that year when I went from someone being like, oh, I'm just not that girl. Oh, that's not really me. Or, oh, I couldn't do that. Like, I'm shy. Like, I couldn't do that. I couldn't put myself out there like that. And I would just constantly think of the reasons not to do something. And now I'm sitting here and I'm sat in this chair now, happier than I've ever been in my whole life. Like I said, every year I just keep getting better. Happier than I've ever been in my whole life. And it's all because I stopped saying I can't. And instead I said, why not? And I just got on with it and I just did it. And it was the gym for me. It was losing the weight and it was having a healthy lifestyle, a balanced diet. It was all that bullshit that actually means nothing. Because that, I'm telling you now, it means nothing. What really means something, and I can prove it because I've gained weight since then and I still feel fantastic. What means something is the commitment that you're making to yourself. And I promise you, I promise, if you start keeping the promises that you make to yourself, you will fucking excel. You will succeed in whatever it is that you want to like succeed in. Like you absolutely will excel, whether that's in your music career or that's as an artist, you know, maybe you're trying to sell your paintings, or you're a corporate girl and you're really trying to make up that ladder. You want to be, you know, project manager, or you really want to like make it to the next level, whatever it is. Maybe you're a nail tech and, you know, you keep thinking, well, I can only do basic nails, because you're stopping yourself from going on that course to learn how to do. Really don't know anything about the nail business. I don't know why I picked that example for myself. But, you know, when they do the rhinestones and the gems, maybe you have to do a whole course to learn how to do that properly and safely and whatever. Stop stopping yourself and just like fucking do it. I'm sorry. But just do it. Like just start figuring out what it is you want to do and who you want to be, and start becoming that person by, I guess, even in your own head, pretending to be that person. So if they're the type of person to wake up at 6 a.m. and go to the gym, start doing it. I really need to stop picking on the gym as an example, because to be honest, it's not even relatable for me anymore. Like, that's not where I am with the gym, but I always pick it because obviously that's where my story started, was getting myself to the gym. Anyways, I hope that this helped. If you have any questions, can you actually comment them on the bottom of this podcast? I don't know if I can do like a question box or if I can do like a poll or whatever, but either ask them here or ask them on the Instagram. But just reach out, because I'm here to help. Like, I'm your mentor, I'm your big sis, I'm your guide. I really want to help you guys through this. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, baby girls. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to follow the podcast, and don't forget to give us a little 5-star review if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. It is the 3rd of January. You have got nothing to stop you. You are at the freshest time of the freshest year. Like, the year is called 2024. Like, that for me, like, there's a lot of straight lines. Like the 4, it's a lot of straight lines. That means business. We're getting to it. Okay, I'm just trying to shit now, but I love you guys and I'll see you later. Bye.